This is a first-time setup guide video for Salted Line RX1XX camera housing. The camera housing is compatible with Sony RX100 Mark III, Mark IV, Mark V, Mark VI, and Mark VII cameras. We start with the unpacking. Inside the box you have User Manual, Anti-fog sheets, spare O-ring for standard flat port, spare O-ring for housing body, selector part for RX100 Mark III camera, inner stop inserts for RX100 Mark III, Mark IV, Mark V, and Mark VI cameras, control aperture ring for RX100 Mark III, Mark IV, and Mark V cameras, sunshade, backplate O-ring, silicone grease, and cleaning cloth. And housing with a standard port included. Please note that out of the box, housing is pre-installed to use with RX100 Mark VII camera. Before inserting the camera inside the housing, please make sure that there are no accessories attached to the camera body. Remember to clean up O-rings and apply silicone grease every time before going to the water. Please find O-ring related videos below in the description. Inside the housing, you will find a control aperture ring for RX100 Mark VI and Mark VII cameras, and a part for viewfinder access. We're not recommend installing this part if you're not planning to use viewfinder in the water, to avoid accidental triggering of a viewfinder. The setup for the RX100 Mark VII camera is done. Now, we will briefly demonstrate the work of control elements on a backplate. In case your camera is RX100 Mark III, please change the selector part indicated in the video. In case your camera is RX100 Mark III, Mark IV, Mark V, or Mark VI, please change the inner stop inserts indicated in the video. You can find this information in the parts installation section of the user manual. In case your camera is RX100 Mark III, Mark IV, or Mark V, please install the correct control aperture ring. In case your camera is RX100 Mark VI, please shift the on-off trigger to the position right. The housing is equipped with a port for the vacuum pump system that can be purchased separately. The work of vacuum pump system you can find on the video link below on the description. Now we will demonstrate how to change a standard port to a 6-inch dome port. Unscrew the locking pin to detach the standard port. Apply silicone grease to the O-ring of a dome port as shown in the video. Align the dots marked on a housing and a dome port and attach the dome port. Secure the position of the dome port by screwing back the locking pin. Water test. Fully submerge the camera housing underwater and press each button individually to ensure the proper work of control elements. Leave the housing underwater for 30 minutes. After this test is complete, you can safely use camera housing in the water. If you're a free diver or scuba diver, we recommend going the first dive with your brand new housing, but without the camera first.